say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting throats!
Okay, you cannot solve a murder by committing additional murders. Where was real? Yeah, I need to pin that down. It's clear that it was not inside the staircase, but where? Okay. Piranha tank, most likely.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
No, it was not in the stairs.
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Yep, there's not one.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along.
Nope.
But we just couldn't see it.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And what of the tank containing the piranhas?
There we go.
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas were separated...
There we go.
I agree.
Yep, that's... As soon as I saw that friggin' pain, I was immediately like, wait, that's it. That's where that came from.
Kyo's hypothesis is correct. The body and the piranhas were separated. This was accomplished using the square glass pane found in the tank.
Yep.
Just as I thought.
I love it. He was like, I had already figured that out, but I didn't say it because you're the main character.
Using that glass pane as a divider, a safe space could be created in the tank.
Oh my gosh, safe space.
It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
And that means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time!
And because of the way the tank was constructed, with wooden walls on the top, bottom, and all sides except one.
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
Yes.
Gonta knew it!
You did?
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall. That's why Gonta sees something no one else could. When piranhas fell, Gonta sees some big thing fall into water tank with them.
Well, this would have been really relevant information earlier, although we still figured it out, so I can't be upset about it. I love how they show us that Gonta was up there twice. While the suspended tank swung open, the murky water and shadowy shapes inside fell straight in the water tank Himiko was swimming in.
No. Now that Gonta think about it, Gonta maybe see Ryoma's body.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well.
Well, a whole bunch of people noticed it, but none of them brought it up. Which, I feel like they put in that thing about the stairs intentionally to throw me off, and then I never even considered it at all because I thought the door just opened to the outside, and like Himiko had to crawl, like lift herself out of the water and slither through, is what I thought she actually did. I never even thought about the whole stair bit, so the whole red herring that was the stairs didn't even work because I didn't notice it.
The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
You said you saw it.
Even in murky water, a dead body would still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
Is this where that like water or the rag fragment in the water's going to come in?
A certain something?
We all agree that the glass pane was used to separate the body from the piranhas, correct? Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
How could you hide a body like
Is it also a mirrored pane? Crap.
This is it!
Okay, yeah, that is it. Because the prawns were all pushed forward.
It was the piranhas. The piranhas were obscuring the body.
Huh? The piranhas?
That's right. Remember what Angie said during the investigation?
I do. I noticed that right as the show started, I felt like there were more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
They increased that significantly? I didn't know piranhas fuck like rabbits.
Didn't you say the same thing during the investigation?
It seemed that way, but it wasn't that the actual number of piranhas increased.
The space they were occupying simply decreased.
The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
I love how they won't actually animate or like draw the piranhas, just little fish shapes.
The harder it is to see past them.
Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank.
That is correct. That is correct.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank.
Kitty.
It was really easy to detach that lid, so it's no wonder they used it as a divider.
Interesting.
Gee, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
No details are useless. Actually, Kokichi, you've contributed exactly nothing, so you might want to shut your mouth.
What the heck are you saying? That detail was super useful. Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit perfectly. Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was
We'd already
awesome.
kind of established that.
This much evidence? It seems like the body was definitely in the piranha tank.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
I agree it's not Himiko, but there's still no reason that no one would suspect her. We just opened it up so that other people could have.
Really?
Himiko was like, what?
Yeah, because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
That is completely not true.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
Okay, but still, that's way better.
That's actually a much better reaction from Tinko than I was expecting, so good job.
That's wonderful news, Himiko! Atua is happy for you.
Atua's a damn idiot. Like, I knew it wasn't Himiko. What's wrong with Atua?
Apologize, Angie. You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now.
Angie's not going to do that, especially not until she finds out it's not really Himiko.
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
We doubted him because he told us someone was guilty that wasn't guilty.
What a petty-ass guy.
And what god goes to bed?
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie.
No, we should be mad at Atua.
We should be mad at this class trial. At this killing game.
I'm pointing.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart.
That's what Atua said anyway.
What?
It's too bad that the handsome god went to bed angry, though.
He's not really that have you actually seen Atua? Hideous.
Himiko's still brainwashed. But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze. Great, now what are we gonna do? We're back to square one.
Not quite. We now know how the body was, where the body came from. We just have to figure out how it got into the tank.
And why are we back to square one?
Because any of us could still be the culprit. Jeez! You flunked out of tard school or something?
Nuh-uh. Not everyone. We can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Well, but an alibi for what? Like, I've gone through this thought process, but you guys haven't.
What alibi?
I guess I should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand.
Damn!
So let me explain.
I'm trying to figure out which of those words is the most offensive.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
Wow, okay. Well, apparently that tells me which word isn't most offensive.
If there's this much evidence, then there's no mistake the body was hidden in the piranha tank.
I certainly agree with that.
But for someone to plant the body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
What do you mean such limited time? Kokichi brings up a valid point. There's only one time the culprit could have set up the scene.
That's it!
Yeah, I'd already figured that out.
It was done yesterday, before nighttime.
Between 9 and 10
Ding,
o'clock.
ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
I'll be signing autographs after the trial.
Wait, how do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Stop asking me dumbass questions. It could have been solved with the process of elimination.
Or you could just listen to the Ultimate Detective, because he's awesome.
Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
What the hell is a bitchlet?
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
Because if you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
Wait, the gym will go off? How about the alarm?
You talking about my butthole?
No.
No, she means the alarm.
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible!
Yep, there were people waiting at the door.
Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday.
Exactly. But we also saw him alive
Anyone
at like 8
who
o'clock.
doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over there.
Why are you so happy?
So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday?
Certainly seems that way, yes.
Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
More or less, yeah.
I still don't really get it, though. Can we narrow down the time of death a bit more?
We actually can, because we've actually seen him at 8 p.m.
This is it!
I was gonna say, witnessing Ryoma seems a pretty obvious thing to put in there.
If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death. Kirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last seen him, right?
She was, because she is a super helpful person.
Yes, Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma.
What? Really?
Yep, it was you, Gota. Why did you kill him? You were the last one who saw him alive.
And when was the last time Gota saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so...
I feel like inviting is a bit of a misnomer.
Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
If he was last seen at 8 p.m. and was killed before nighttime officially began...
Then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
Yes, we can.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes?
Yep, and by my count, there are 3 such people.
Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta.
Much better word than an invited, Gonta.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the 4 of us. Myself, Kaito, Mew, and also Maki.
Indeed.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
I forgot about Karumi also not being one of the... Because I discounted her from my list because people saw her.
I do this for everyone. It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Well, I care.
Ah, beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
Wow, that light in the background is very angelic.
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time.
Wait, what? Like, then why didn't you see the crime happening? Yeah, that throws everything into a loop.
I was only there for
Oh, God damn it, Karumi! I was like seriously having to be like, I misunderstood everything. Okay.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
Well, you know, things happen.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym.
Being that Miyu is my #1 suspect, I'm very, very interested in the fact that she immediately goes for the jugular.
I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
Thumbs down.
It's too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Fuck that! that noise?
But Mew, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
Think I'm suspicious?
Come
I don't even know where
on.
the gym is.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more suspicious, Mew?
The other two without alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
Let us indeed. This is actually where, to a certain degree, my theory starts to fall apart, because I have theories on why I think some people are more suspicious than others, but I don't have any like hard evidence of, oh, it's this person.
I was in my research lab the whole time. I didn't go to the gym.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
What about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
And he's the evil organization header, or like leader. He knows all about murderers.
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity vibe.
Anyway, among those four, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
But none of them have alibis.
I apologize, but given the circumstances, we have no choice but to suspect you.
I certainly agree with that. It's not Himiko.
Suspect who? Who's the culprit?
Wait up! Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time!
Oh, wait. I remember now. I do have an alibi.
Wait, you conveniently forgot it until just now?
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
Karumi actually does have an alibi in that she was talking to Kokichi the entire time.
I'm
No
not
way
the
I'm the
culprit.
culprit!
Interesting that Maki is the one not defending. The mass Pan's basement, that's what you're thinking, right? Well, you're exactly correct. Let me give you another tutorial first. Mathematic debate this time around will have a loud voice dialogue. So any one of your opponents shouts their opinion in a loud voice. Walks out everyone else's argument. Even if you see a weak point, you can't refute it. What do you do then? That's what you're thinking, right? Luckily, it's just like white noise. Shut him up with the A button silencer. Okay. I'll see if I can get that.
I have
I
an
was
alibi.
running away from Gonta!
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Bunny
tried
Girl,
hiding in the
others
girls'
were with-
bathroom.
things got a little heated at catch
Until
my
they
breath.
left with
Filthy
Gonta.
pervert.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was
Are
in my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
These were everyone's statements, just like Hey they did. Need to focus and focus one at a time. I thought I did that.
Gonta!
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the
5
classroom.
minutes.
When I was running from
I
Bunny
even tried
Girl,
hiding in the
others
girls'
were with
bathroom.
things got a little heated at catch my
Until they
breath.
left with
Filthy
Gonta.
milk.
Okay. That's that.
Pervert.
What's Monkey's
That was
alibi?
5
Then
minutes
right before
before 9
nighttime, I
p.m.
got tired and fell
I
asleep.
didn't remember
Did you
when.
really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay
What?
at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
I don't know why I clicked that, but there's nothing else I can do. Was at the gym the entire time? Was she not? I got scared.
I have an
I was
alibi.
running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the
5
classroom.
Oh, Kokichi's.
When I was
Okay, yeah,
running
that's
from
what it
Tried
is.
hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated at catch
I was
my
in the
breath.
wrong one.
Filthy milk pervert.
It was funny because I knew as soon as I had to hit that one
Then
and
right
silence
before
it,
nighttime, I got tired and
I had to do something there. I just hadn't quite thought it all the way through.
At 9 p.m.
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay
What?
at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
There we go.
I heard it!
I love it. He's like, I heard it. I know what I can refute.
No, I think Hirumi is telling the truth. Kokichi's story proves it.
Yeah, why does it do this? Okay, like, up until now, everything's been going swimmingly, but it goes back to remind you of what Kokichi said after you had to counter something with what Kokichi... You obviously know at this point. That's right when I left going to... It was right around 9 p.m. I was throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. So kept talking. When we finally let go at 10 p.m., it was like nighttime rolled around. Well, only the first half hour was a lecture. Then we played tag for the other half.
Kokichi met Kirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi.
I'm kind of surprised he's being so honest about this.
I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
Well, it was told to me.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
Forgot? It seems far more plausible that you were telling another lie.
Really, you think so?
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
Well, maybe you should, like, address that and figure it out.
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely.
It certainly does. That's why you are not on my list of top 3.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move him. All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank.
That is true, which is why we're going to get into the, like, ultimate prisoner discussion.
Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other
I mean, we can still prove it that
possibilities.
it didn't happen.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy talking.
The only ones capable of that are the other 3 with no alibis.
Mew, Kaido, and Maki!
Indeed. Not Himiko. Good job, Tenko.
Ah, you're including me too?
Well, yeah.
But there's actually one person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
One person can be eliminated as the suspect according to Kokichi. Not really. He only saw her... Because I actually think she's the most suspicious because he kept seeing her in the background. I mean, that's who it's going to be.
That's it.
But I'm not sure that I believe that they're off the suspect list. I thought that they were the ones that probably did it.
Talking about Mew, right?
What? You?
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
She actually started bringing that up before.
Booyah! Suck it, nerds!
Wait a sec. Since when does she have an alibi?
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Oh yeah, I did see something odd while Grim was lecturing me. I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. Too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit. Oh, for some reason I misremembered that and thought he said that I saw her several times. Which is very different. I misremembered the specifics. Maybe it was the truth bullet that said he saw her several times. I'm gonna actually go look at that.
A girl...
Did I misremember this? That's what it... Okay. Saw the girl in lingerie wandering around the courtyard a few times. I took that to mean he saw her on several different occasions, and therefore, as she was committing the crime and went through the area, he would have kept seeing her.
walking around half naked.
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
I'm not sure that's an apt description.
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow, right?
That is true. If that's all we had, then we would not be able to think anything definitive of it.
That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear.
That'd be a whole different issue.
Oh my gosh, you people. You people, you people, you people.
No, it's Mew, without a doubt. Mew and Gonta's statements prove it.
Yeah. Oh, going to see Mew, but going to get red hot, so going to know could bring her. No, she you use secret woman weapon, and then. Huh? Oh, well, I had to use my secret. Let's just leave it at that.
I see. It sounds like Gonta got an eyeful,
What? Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew?
I mean, whatever.
Oh, well, 'cause, you know, I'm pretty stacked, so...
I still am not sure that exonerates her.
I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta would be too flustered to touch me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, you cockroaches.
I don't know what else she could be doing. I still think it's really suspicious, though. Wow,
Anyway,
you're gonna show this scene?
The blood rushed to both of Gonta's heads because he got super embarrassed.
Mew was in her underwear, and Gonta got weird feeling. So Gonta ran away.
I need to try and, like, forcibly drag women off to go play with bugs. If this is gonna be the result, damn. Whole new way of dating.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to flaunt it.
You did not want to flaunt it. You got super embarrassed about it even having it brought up.
I show my panties to the boys all the time.
I have no information that supports this statement, other than the fact of what I'm looking at the screen right now.
And I mean all the time. So you're welcome, Gonta. Think of me during your next tug
God
session.
damn it, Mew.
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual alibi.
All that really means is that Gonta saw Mew once, and then... But again, that's the... If we take the wander around for a while, rather than wandered around, and saw on several different occasions.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up. We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
Yeah, we definitely want to, like, recall what we just learned. Interesting.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no alibis.
The fact that it actually put that in there makes me think that we're going to come back to Mew again.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder?
Well, unfortunately, if it's not Mew, then Kaito is the second person on my suspect list, because Maki did not really know about the piranhas, and Kaito definitively did because he moved the tank.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Yeah, you can't play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo with our lives. Something inside me doesn't want to accuse Kaito. I want to believe Kaito. Until he's proven guilty, I'll trust him.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
Kokichi is really growing on me. He annoys the crap out of me, but he's also hilarious.
We narrowed it down to 2 people, and one of those 2 is the culprit, right?
And also the fact that Kokichi's the one giving Miyu her alibi, he may see the flaw in it.
Since we don't have to randomly accuse each other, finding the truth just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
Where are you going with this? I'm curious.
What is this effective method?
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is. Yeah?
What?
Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
Won't they just accuse each other?
Yes, that is true.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is.
God damn it, that does not help anything, though.
To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Work harder?
What is this?
Have the 2 argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
That's a terrible suggestion and a terrible idea.
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and forth?
Yeah, I get why it's more entertaining this way.
And...
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid.
I am a little afraid, yeah.
You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust. How do you expect to find the culprit when you're all worried about each other's feelings?
That's actually a really good point, Kokichi. I do agree with him on that point.
If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit!
Because Kokichi is completely comfortable being outed as a liar. He revels in it.
If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the two suspects argue against each other. No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun!
Kokichi.
We'll catch the culprit in their lies when we find a contradiction. We'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works. Right, Monokuma?
A development like that would liven things up a bit.
It would indeed, and we're going to get into it next time. See you in about an hour when the next episode comes up. And yeah, have fun. Thank you for being here. You guys rock.